know there's a special type of dragon specifically designed to assist us in attuning to frequencies of wealth and abundance? They're called wealth dragons, and they will be overseeing my quantum abundance accelerator, which is kicking off in just a little over a week. So if you haven't heard of the quantum abundance accelerator, basically what this is 2 weeks of free workshops. There will be 8 workshops in total, where there's going to be teaching on breaking through abundance blockages. There's going to be quantum healing and one-to-one group coaching, and it is totally free. So if that sounds good to you, and if you'd like to start working with the wealth dragons, please sign up for the Quantum Abundance Accelerator. What have you really got to lose? The links should be in the description below, and I will also make a comment for easy access. So I will be getting more into exactly what the wealth dragons are today. But first, for those of you who don't know me, my name's Hannah, and I help people to own their powers and step into the driver's seat of their own lives. Today, I'm going to be doing that by helping you learn exactly how these wealth dragons tick, so that they can then help you attune to frequencies of wealth and abundance in your life. And know too that wealth and abundance don't just necessarily mean money. Of course, the wealth dragons love money, and they will help you get more money and manifest more money in your life. But this also just applies to areas of love and your life's purpose and relationships with other people and your health and so many other areas of life. And that is what these wealth dragons are all about, is helping you step into a wealthy, abundant life in all areas. So essentially, what are wealth dragons? They are a type of value dragon. And if you haven't heard me use that terminology before, I do a whole video on value dragons, which I'll link up here. These specific types of value dragon are associated with the frequencies of wealth and abundance, and they can help you and others attune to these frequencies of wealth and abundance. Now, there's wealth dragons that are more like the typical value dragons, which are kind of like benefactory programs in the Matrix, essentially. They don't have free will so much. They don't have kind of their own consciousness. They're kind of almost like AI in a sense, just as angels in general tend to be. And so there are many wealth dragons that are like this. And these wealth dragons, you can kind of just send to people. You can kind of summon them to just support you, kind of getting into wealth and abundance on autopilot, and you can send them to those who you feel could use that energy as well. And they will do it. They're kind of just hanging out, waiting for someone to kind of direct them and tell them what to do in the orchestra. Then you have another kind of wealth dragon, which is the higher variant of wealth dragon. And this is more like a typical dragon guide that does have its own free will, and it has its own consciousness, and it is very wise and very ancient. And know that these wealth dragons, they're not going to be elemental dragons, because their element quite literally is wealth and abundance. So the collective mission of the wealth dragons, regardless of which type you're working with, their mission remains the same. And that mission is to help all beings, but specifically humanity, if they're coming into your consciousness, with breaking free from the false matrix, which keeps us trapped in lack mentality and poverty consciousness, and basically just keeps us disempowered and asleep, and in this constant cycle of abuse, almost, where we're just fighting to survive, right? We got to make a living. We don't just get to be ourselves. And no matter how much money you have in your bank account, it's likely you're struggling with feelings of poverty and lack. This was a big eye-opener for me. I had a friend who was very, very wealthy, and I could see how she was constantly living in lack, even with all her money, a complete abundance of money, which was like 20 or 30 times what I would ever make. She was constantly stressed about spending money and like stingy with her money. And that was an eye-opener for me. And it does not matter how much money you have in your bank account. We all kind of struggle with this false matrix programming of abundance and lack. So the cool thing about working with the wealth dragons is they're going to help you get out of that mindset so that you can be free no matter what's happening physically. So you could have like no money in your bank account, but feel totally abundant and wealthy and be happier than like 99.9% of people. And that's what's amazing about the abundance dragons. You don't need to wait to manifest a specific job or situation or amount of money in your bank account to start benefiting from these frequencies of wealth and abundance. You get to tap into it right now. And perhaps even by just simply watching this video, it's kind of like activations and downloads that you might be receiving, frequencies from the wealth dragons, and you might already be tapping into that abundance and wealth consciousness and feeling freer and lighter as a result. As mentioned, wealth dragons are not elemental dragons in my experience. They are two separate things. And the good thing about this is that wealth dragons are very specialized in what they do. They are really, really focused on wealth and abundance specifically, and therefore can help you get results very, very fast without going in a convoluted sort of way. I know as far as dragon elementals are concerned, certain dragon elementals can also help you attune to frequencies of wealth and abundance, such as the earth dragons. I know many earth dragons are really good at helping with this lack mentality and poverty consciousness and breaking through that and tapping into the abundance of all that is. However, because they do so much more, the results when working with an earth dragon on wealth and abundance, it can be much slower. So if you really want to just get instant results, if you feel that you're ready for that and the upheaval that might come about as a result of getting really quick results, then you can call in a wealth dragon and they will supercharge your abundance and wealth journey. So I'm sure you're all wanting to know now, like, this sounds awesome, Hannah. How do we start working with the wealth dragons? And honestly, it's just like working with any other guide. And if you're unfamiliar of even how to do that, I can give us a quick recap here. So number one, when working with the wealth dragons or any guide, consistency is key. So you want to be connecting in with your guide every single day, ideally, if you're really focused on stepping into wealth and abundance right now. And it doesn't have to be a long period of time, just as long as you're consistently doing it. Even just a couple minutes each day is sufficient. It's just a matter of consistency to really start to reprogram your mind out of that poverty consciousness and to start trusting your own intuition and building your own psychic abilities. A great way to start working with the wealth dragon specifically would just to be calling upon your wealth dragon and asking them every day, what can I do today to align more with the frequencies of abundance and wealth? And then you can channel a response to them. You can use a pendulum, for example. You could use automatic writing. You could use tarot or oracle cards. You could simply meditate on it. There's really, the sky's the limit for how you could connect with your wealth dragon and channel this information. But the important thing is that you're showing up every day and showing them that you're serious about shifting out of your poverty consciousness. The second way you can work with them is to create a sacred space, i.e. an altar. This doesn't have to be super elaborate. It could honestly be like a part of your desk or your dresser or something where you just have like a single golden dragon statue to represent wealth, or you have like $1 or something. You have like actual money or a coin, something that represents wealth. The important thing is that you are creating space in the physical world for your wealth to manifest, because wealth and abundance it is a mindset, of course, but it is more tuned, I would say, to the physical world frequencies than maybe other frequencies. So as such, creating a physical world altar can go really far when working with the wealth dragons. And you can use that altar as like this sacred space that whenever you're there, maybe say you just like touch the object that you put down in the altar, and you can just take a moment to just step into frequencies of abundance and wealth every time you touch that thing, or every time you look at it. Use it as a reminder to be grateful for like all the wealth and abundance already in your life. Or you could even just use it as a reminder to thank your wealth dragon, to connect in with your wealth dragon and see what's going on. They say also what would be great for this is to like have a talisman of some sort, like a small little thing. It could be like a crystal or something like that, a little dragon statue coin that you're taking with you. And every time you touch that, every time you notice that in your purse or whatever, then attune yourself to the frequencies of abundance. Set the intention that you will tune to frequencies of abundance, and you will. And it's really that simple. So finally, you could do some sort of abundance manifestation ritual and call upon the wealth dragons or your specific wealth dragon guide to oversee that ritual. And really, again, sky's the limit. Follow your intuition. Get creative on how you want this ritual to go. Some things that I like to do are, one, scripting. You could script about your most abundant, most wealthy timeline and the life that you'd like to manifest, and call upon your wealth dragon to oversee that. Another one is you could literally like plant a seed into the earth, and imagine that as you're planting that seed, you are also planting your seeds of wealth and abundance and allowing that time to grow and to flourish. You could also do some sort of burning ritual where you have like a cauldron or a fire, and you're burning old energies in that cauldron, that fire, and you can call upon your wealth dragon guide to burn any blockages preventing you from attuning to wealth and abundance. So finally, if you're still not super confident in this, totally recommend that you join us for the Quantum Abundance Accelerator, because that's what we're going to be doing. Is whether we're consciously doing it or not, the wealth dragons will be overseeing all of these workshops. They're just going to be with us the entire time, supporting us, lifting our frequency so that we can attune to the frequencies of wealth and abundance. And really, they tell me that this Quantum Abundance Accelerator we're about to kick off with, it is just one big, like, spread out abundance manifestation ritual. So they're happy to support that. And again, it is totally free. So you've got nothing to lose, no excuses. We kick off on August 21st. And if you're seeing this in the future and you've missed the mark, I would encourage you to sign up anyways, because then I can put you on the wait list. And the next time I launch Quantum Abundance Accelerator, you can get in on that. You'll be at the top of the list. So let me know, did you know that wealth dragons are a thing? And have you maybe been working with a wealth dragon, whether consciously or subconsciously? As always, if this video resonated with you, if it brought some sort of value, if you could like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and then engage with this in some way. All of these things help the algorithm along. They help this information get out to people who might need it and not know where to find it. So me and the wealth dragons would love you forever if you could do this. Of course, we're loving you anyways, and we are sending you just abundant, wealthy vibes, my friend. Can you feel them? Much love to you, and stay powerful.